Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I wanted to do a chatty get ready with me video just because I feel like I've done one of those in a while, as I always introduce my chatty get ready with me's. I think today for my makeup I'm going to use my Subculture palette from ABH, and I think I might bring in my Viseart Dark Mattes a little bit too, just for like some transition shades slash some eyeshadow that's a little bit easier to blend than what's out of here. I'm gonna have to do my makeup in a different order with this so that I don't get all the fallout over my face. Oh well. I just kind of wanted to chat about like life. I've seen a lot of really good, well, I've seen one really good horror movie and I specifically wanted to talk about that. And I figured since y'all probably enjoy that too, and I don't have anyone in my life who's seen it because I went to see it on my own. The movie was Midsummer. You can probably guess that from like my taste and stuff. It was like 2.5 hours. I went to see it last Wednesday night. I've been meaning to like see it sooner. I was trying to like make sure I could go see it with Case, but when I had gone up to see them last, the movie wasn't in theaters up near them, so I just kind of took myself to see it on my own because I didn't want to like wait too long and then not be able to see it. So good. I saw that. This is the first Ari Aster film I've seen. I have watched part of Hereditary. I'm not all the way through it yet. The only reason I watched Hereditary was because I was going to see Midsummer, and I think so far I haven't gotten all the way through it, but I think it's really good. Midsummer might be like the best film I've seen all year. And that's even including like the Avengers movies and stuff that I've seen. I'm gonna tilt this down a little bit. But yeah, I thought it was fabulous. It was really long, but to me it didn't feel that way. It was a runtime of 2.5 hours-ish, and normally I'm like, okay, if I have to get up in the middle of the movie, I don't really care. You know, it's fine. People, you know, I can't sit still for very long, but this is one of the only films I've ever watched where I was like legit mad when I like had to get up for the bathroom or whatever. I was like, I don't want to miss a single part of this. So that's how I know that it was done really well, is like I was legit upset that I had to get up and leave. So that I thought was a good sign of a good film. Okay, so like I'm in grad school, and it almost felt like a nice little parody of grad school too, because like her boyfriend's, like Christian's friends, I feel like I've met every single one of them in my grad school experience. So I think they did a really good job of portraying that and like the themes of empathy, which I think is pretty obvious to anyone who's seen it, but like the scene where she was like sobbing, this is gonna be spoilery, but at this point it's been out long enough that I don't care, because even I look up spoilers before I go see horror movies. But the scene where she was like crying with the other women of the cult, that one like really got to me because of like the extreme empathy, because of the lack of empathy that she had gotten from her boyfriend. Because he was a douche, and so it was like a very like cathartic movie to watch. Yeah, and it was so pretty. It was kind of sad to see Josh's fate, just because I really like, I'm a big fan of William Jackson Harper playing Chatty in The Good Place, because he's like my favorite character on that entire show. And like obviously this speaks to the range of his acting, because I think he did a really good job in this as like a more serious character. But I was still like, no, Chatty, I like you too much, you know, I don't want the bad thing to happen, but it did. Because everybody had their faults and their downfalls. But it was also one of like the prettiest horror movies. I don't understand how a film can be that like beautiful and horrifying all at once, but they did it and it was great. At least near me it's like going out of theaters now, which is like really sad, but I'm definitely gonna get it on DVD when it comes out. I'm gonna make sure that Case and I watch it as soon as it hits anything. Even people who I know don't care much for horror movies really ended up liking it, which I think speaks to the power of it. And like even the gory parts, which were really unexpected. Like, so I had known about like the scene in Hereditary, so like I did not expect it, but I didn't expect it to be like so up close and personal. I don't know, I feel like it takes a lot in a movie to like screw me up, and from what I watched of Hereditary, I think I definitely like Midsummer more, just because Hereditary has more of the aspects of the supernatural, which I don't mind, but usually for me the type of horror that I experience as like actually making me feel things is like the capacity that human beings have to like screw each other up. So for something like that is more, has like a theme of like a cult and the rituals that go along with that, I found that a lot more interesting than like a family curse. Like, I don't not like Hereditary from what I've seen. I'm not, like, I'm gonna reserve judgment until the end, but this is definitely one that I think the theme of it is something that I enjoy a bit more. I'm trying to figure out how this eye look is gonna go. I think this is going pretty well. I'm thinking a cut crease, but yeah, as far as other horror movies I've seen, well, I saw Us earlier this year, which I talked about. I really liked it. Midsummer I liked a bit more than Us. I feel like Us makes you think, Midsummer makes you feel, so I thought they were both fantastic. And Case and I went to see Annabelle Comes Home the last time we got together, and they enjoyed it more than I did because they're more of a fan of the Conjuring franchise. I really liked the first Conjuring movie, but then, like, I don't know, after, I feel like, again, with like the supernatural horror, there's only so much that can really get me. I'm gonna like keep on like seeing them, but I don't know, I feel like after a certain point it just doesn't do anything for me. I almost fell asleep in the film, and I probably, like, the only reason I didn't was because of like the jump scares, not because I was like scared, but because they were like loud. So that was not like my favorite. The Conjuring isn't a bad movie, and I think the original is really good, but it's just really not my thing. There are lots of other movies that I like more. I like more like the stuff like Midsummer, Us, Get Out, and also in like the whole like slasher type stuff of like Scream and Terrifier, Friday the 13th serial killer stuff. That's more my speed, just because supernatural, like, I'll watch some, but it doesn't do much for me. I also recently watched The Eyes of My Mother on Netflix, and honestly, kind of disappointed I didn't like it more. Like, I thought it was really interesting and like an artsy film, but I felt like it didn't really do all that much for me. I appreciate the way it was done because it was very fascinating to watch, but after a certain point I felt like it was just like, oh, creepy woman does creepy stuff. I felt like I was supposed to like it because I normally would like a film like that. I don't know, let me know if you've seen that one, because I thought it was very interestingly done because it was done all in black and white, but it felt like you knew kind of what was gonna happen. A spoiler alert, she likes to kill people. It was done in like 3 acts, and there wasn't really like a climax or anything. Like, there kind of was towards the end, but there wasn't really any variation in terms of plot. Like, each thing went exactly as the others did. I mean, obviously it was like horrifying, but I felt like there could have been. I was just disappointed. I don't know why this isn't showing up as much. This is sad. I'm not a fan of how this is turning out. Let me grab a different palette. Okay, I'm gonna try like this gold shade from this ColourPop palette, the Good Sport palette. See if that maybe has a bit more of a pop of color. There we go. That's better. That's shimmerier. I like that. But yeah, that's kind of all I've seen recently. I saw Spider-Man Far From Home, which isn't a horror film, and I kind of wanted just to do this video so I could talk about horror, but Spider-Man was also quite good. I still think Captain Marvel is my favorite of the like Marvel films of the year, but I didn't not like it, and the end credit scene made me very angry because I kind of just want Peter Parker to have a good life, but that's not how Marvel works. So, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. As far as like horror that I'm excited to see for the rest of the year, I really can't wait to see Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's just going to be so fun. Even if it's like not like the best, it's still going to be, I think, a fun experience because that was definitely a book that I grew up with. So I was a very anxious child, and I just remember going over to one of my best friend's houses, and she was more into like the spooky stuff than I was as a child. and we would like read that book at night and she would like scare me, but it was like a fun experience, like not traumatizing, just fun. So that was just like such a part of my childhood, you know, that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see that. That one looks so good. I do want to go see It Chapter 2, so I haven't actually seen either of the original It movies, like the one that was done in like the 80s or whatever, or the one that was put out like a couple years ago, just because I know that there's like the scene with the cat and like the cat's okay, but it's still traumatizing for me to like imagine. Like my thing with horror in movies is like animal death is something that I'm very, very sensitive to. So I definitely feel like I have to be careful about that. So Case and I are gonna like rent that and like skip over that scene just so, because I do really want to see it. So I do want to see it. I am planning on like watching it. Because I know it's gonna be really good and I know I'm gonna enjoy it. You know, that's just something that I kind of have to control with my watching. Okay, I can't find my tinted moisturizer. I should really like prepare myself more. Okay, here I am, I'm back. So that's something that I'm excited for too. And that one, the one about like the hide and seek family thing that's more of like a comedy, I think it's called Ready or Not. I'm gonna be real interested to see that because I think it'll be like, again, kind of like Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Even if it's not like a good film, I think it definitely looks really fun. It just looks like so campy and cheesy and all that I really, you know, I want to take a look. I want to see it. So that one looks interesting to me too. I don't know if there are any like things that are scheduled to come out on Netflix because like I was like looking to see if anything was like coming to Netflix in August that I would have found interesting, but like there were new seasons of shows that I like Dear White People is coming to, like their season 3 is coming to Netflix, like finally. So I'm gonna be excited to see that, but there's no like, nothing that looks like a horror movie to me, so I'm not gonna have. Oh yeah, by the way, check out what happened to my pen, that palette. This one straight up fell out as I had dropped it on the floor, and this one like just fell out completely. Like it was almost done anyway, but it's officially done now because there was no way like I could salvage it. So that happened. Okay, so I think to kind of like go with my dress, I'm gonna put like some blue on my lower lash line. I'll start with Axis and kind of see where it goes. Okay, yeah, that's a good look. I like that. What the heck was that voice? So yeah, I mostly wanted to talk about horror during my get ready with me. So let me know if there's anything that you think I should see. As far as other life things, let me think if anything interesting has gone on in my life. Let me first like do this detail thing with like cutting my crease and whatever. Honestly, I love this palette so much. I know so many people like still hate it. Like that and the Modern Renaissance, I know a lot of people don't like, or they're kind of just like over it, but I'm never gonna be over either of those. And I have an eyeliner that I want to use with this look that I forgot about. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Elfin J. Kissa eyeliner since it matches my lower lash line. Okay, so yeah, that looks good. By the way, for those of you who weren't there, I was on Georgia and Lacey's podcast last night, and that was a really, really fun time. That was amazing. They do their Half Cousins podcast, which I can like link you to in the description, but basically they had like reached a goal and we're doing a 12-hour marathon podcast, which I'm just like thoroughly impressed by them. So I was on there for like about 2 hours, and it was just such a fun time. I love them both. Like it just felt like talking with friends, you know, like just hanging out. There was so much like substantial stuff. Like I was on there at the same time as like Karen Harris and Hannah Louise Poston and Mia from Mia's Virtual Vanity, who is like one of my really good friends here. Like we're on at the same time, and it just felt like it was just such a good conversation. It was just like hanging out with friends, and I loved it. I had such a wonderful time, and I'm not always able to be there for like the live streams because half the time I'm like working on Sunday nights, but I always love like going back and watching them because Georgia and Lacey are just such lovely people. They're just so great. And yeah, so you should check that out. I'm sure that they'll probably have timestamps for when like people are on or something, because I know they had talked about that. So if you weren't able to watch it or like watch it in its fullness, you should definitely go check that out. Hold on, I'm gonna do my eyeliner first before I continue talking, because Lord knows I am not gonna get a good eyeliner look if I talk while I'm doing it. Okay, eyeliner's done, I can talk again. The other thing I did want to mention is that I have my first affiliate link ever now, and I put it in the description bar of like one video, and I didn't want to like keep doing it until I've actually like said something about it. That way you could know, like, full disclosure, I want to be like transparent about this stuff. So it's for this really awesome women-owned sustainable fashion company called Daisy LA. I have a purse by them, which I'll probably bring in at the end of the video just so that y'all can see it. But they're really cool. They're a little bit more on the expensive side because I don't buy a whole lot of new stuff anymore, but I love their style, and I'm constantly like looking on their website, on their Instagram feed for fashion inspiration, because a lot of, to me, sustainable fashion brands are very basic, which I think is good because like a lot of times, you know, I would say like buy your basics sustainably and then like thrift the rest if you want to have like some visual interest to your outfits. Like that's how I would suggest starting it. But they have a very unique sense of style, very like retro 70s, funky patterns, very unique color schemes, and I really like them. They call themselves a slow fashion brand because instead of like mass producing everything, they basically just like make their stuff as they get orders. I will say like the purse took me about 6 weeks in between me ordering it and like me receiving it, but I think that's just because we're so used to like the Forever 21, H&M, mass-produced, probably made in a sweatshop type mentality of like, okay, I want this so I'm gonna get it now. But Daisy LA is something like, they're a brand whose ethics who I actually like really believe in, and I wouldn't do any sort of like brand ambassador type situation if I didn't believe in the brand, because obviously I really like making people aware of like the bad things that companies do, because I think it's really important to be aware of that. But you know, it's kind of like, okay, well, what alternatives do we have when we're people who are like interested in fashion and in makeup and things like that, you know? This isn't like a super affordable brand. I always wait for stuff to go on sale, and I kind of buy things instead of like you would from like Forever 21 or something like that. Instead of doing like a gigantic haul, I'll just get like, I kind of get one piece at a time, because you know what? Not everything in this world needs to be a huge haul of stuff that, yeah, you probably at least liked when you ordered it off of the internet, but I see so many people doing hauls of like fast fashion and like them saying, oh, I can't even remember ordering this. I'm like, that's really sad. I don't know. Imagine having stuff in your closet that like you don't remember ordering or like that you just like don't think about, and that's just like not something that I want to do, that I want to be. So long story short, I'm leaving an affiliate link down below. I don't know if my code will get you like a discount or anything. I'm trying to like figure that out because I don't know how this stuff works. But I wanted to be transparent and also tell you about like really cool like style company. I'm always like window shopping there for my like life inspiration, because I wanna like I wanna own like everything that they make, but that would cost me many dollars. Okay, so I gotta decide on my lipstick real quick. So these two basically look the same, but this one's a little bit lighter, this one's darker. I don't know, I like the formula of this one better, so. I don't know why, but like, this one is one of the old Makeup Monsters lipsticks. I don't know why, but this formula for this specific color feels different than the ones for the other colors in the brand, so I don't know. Anyway, let me put this on my face so I can get on going to work. Okay, spray my face time. There we go. This is a cute look. I like how this turned out. I'm gonna show you the purse, that way you can kind of see a little bit of the style. Okay, so this is the handbag that I have from them. It's all like handmade, hand-painted, I believe, instead of mass-produced. It's really cute. It has little faces on it. It's just this nice, like, circle tote. I got this on sale. They occasionally will do a Daisy Delete, which is when they're kind of like getting rid of old stock and old styles, and this I got off of that for like $30-ish, and I basically wear it all the time. Whenever I'm like going out on the weekend or anything like that, I always just bring this because it's small, but it is mighty. Like, I can fit, like, right now I have, ooh, I actually went to Lush yesterday, but I got, like, I have a notebook, keys, wallet, and I was able to fit like 2 more books in this yesterday, so I can fit like a lot of stuff in there, which I really like in a purse because I'm a hoarder. So yeah, this has been my get ready with me. I just wanted to like talk about like horror movies and like stuff and opportunities I've had in my life. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you don't think I'm a sellout now. Yeah, anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me. And I'll see you on my next one. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!